Good morning, traders, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So yesterday we had the breakout of this wedge, and we pretty much came back into, put the wedge in, so we came back into an area of support, and we kind of blasted through it. So these two fractals here, I suppose that one should be there. There's actually three fractals here, but anyway, so there's two, and then we're on the next one here, which is a swing low here. So we kind of haven't even found any support there. So this is starting to lead me to believe that this is actually a range rather than a flag. It's a sign of indecision, which does make sense to what's going on. And we are sort of just breaking through the 50% of the range here. So from a Fibonacci perspective, we do have one little Fibonacci level left down here, which would be the 62.8. And that does almost coincide with this wedge breakout retest. I suppose we've got to trade what we see, and at the moment what I see is a wedge breakout and a retest happening. It is not finding support on any of the levels at the moment. So in other words, it's ignoring structure right now, coming back down. So I'm not really confident that I want to trade this wedge breakout anymore. I suppose we'll have to wait and see what happens. This is the Asia session, so we don't know what's actually transpiring. But what concerns me, if I come to the 4 hour, you can see there's a lot of sort of resistance that was at this point, and we've now closed below it. Okay, so it's definitely the area that I would have expected buyers to step in. You know, the next level down is pretty much around here, which is 112.4. So yeah, I think really probably sit on hands. Not getting a warm fuzzy feeling at the moment. Technically, we have broken out. We didn't create a new high there, but we have broken these three previous highs here. So it is a new high. We're pulling back. Hopefully, it's just a deep pullback, and then we start getting some price action that allows us to get in. I just want to highlight something on the 15 minutes here of what happened last night. You can see there's some fairly decent price action indicating a long. So a lot of times, you just jump in here, keep a pretty tight stop, or give yourself a bit of wiggle room for a move to the upside. But you can see how we just meandering through all the price, all these levels. We're now pretty much looking like we're going to meander down further. So probably sit on hands until I get some decent price action. I want to see it on the hour. And this was a little range, and that's also typical where you have a move down onto a level, then a range, and then a quick spike down just to trigger all the stops that are waiting for the most logical trade, and then a turn. So there is still a possibility of returning. I'm just not that confident with it at the moment. So we'll wait and see what happens in the European session. If we do start getting some bullish price action here and start making some higher lows, just a couple of bars in the 1 hour, that would trigger me long. Pretty much for this measured move here, so the height of this rally that we've had on the hour. Okay, so that would take us, well, two areas. So the first one will be the previous high, which would be here, 113.487, and the second one would be 114.098. But I'm pretty cautious at the moment. As I said, I think maybe I'm starting to think we need to look at this. Oh, it's messy. Just delete everything there. So I'm starting to see this as a range. There's top of range, and that would be bottom of range. Okay. And we're sort of stuck in the middle of the range. So kind of typically when that happens, I want to break out of the extremes of the range. So below this level here for short, which is 111.674, and above this level here for longs, which is 113.487. Until that happens, sit on hands. Okay. Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, kind of this has been a fairly strong move to the upside. We've come back and we're now consolidating. We have come to a level, and we pretty much, this is the one level. There's a few levels at this area. I'm just going to put them all in quickly, just to give you some context to what we're thinking, and then let's just open that up. Okay, so you can see we've got three levels here. We've bounced off here. We've got engulfing, 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 and we're busy with another engulfing. Moving average is flat. We are pretty much consolidating, but we have had a breakout here as well, and we're busy with a retest of this trend line breakout. So we come down to the hour. Yeah, very, very messy. But there is support here. I think that's the key element here. So what we probably want to find, I think, to be safe is I want a higher high on the hour. So in other words, I need to take out this fractal. Would have been that fractal, but now it's this fractal. I needed to take it out, come back, test it, and then move to the upside. So this consolidation, something is brewing. I think, let's not make no mistakes about that. Something's definitely brewing. But we're going to have to wait for a breakout. And I suppose if we look at the 4 hour, the breakouts are there. That is our current breakouts at the moment. Okay, so we're looking for a breakout of 74,167 to the upside, and we're looking for a breakout of 73,291 to the downside. That's kind of also sit on hand at the moment. I think the world is confused at the moment. A euro New Zealand dollar. So this is probably the most reliable structure that I can see at the moment. And there's a couple of things that have transpired here. So firstly, we've had this downtrend for quite some time. Okay. Then we sort of accelerated, came up, created a new high. You can see there was our previous high there. Popped above it, came down. Pretty much have put in a higher low. There's my higher low from the previous low. In other words, we spiked down, come back, and then we rallied, sort of went into a channel. We've broken the channel, and we're now kind of ranging. I'm looking at this area here of 174,729. So if you just come to the hour, you'll see lots of support potentially here. There's also support where we are now, but what I'm looking for now is some kind of bullish price action here for anticipating a break to the upside, getting through this level here, 175,864. May not materialize. We may come back here and pretty much play out the same as Euro USD is playing out. So come back into the middle and just muck around here for the rest of the week, or even pop down to the bottom of this range at the moment. So yeah, it's still sit on hands for me at the moment until I get to a level. So this level here is the one I'm interested in, 174,729. It would also be above the moving average, with the moving average pointing to the upside. So there is a possibility that we get something out of this pair. Pound USD, I know yesterday, we were looking, well, I was looking for a move to the upside. I just want to minimize this. Based on this move here. So we had this move up here, and then we've had this move to the downside, which looked like a flag. Technically it is still a range or a flag, whatever you want to call. So technically that trade is still pretty much an idea. We have bounced off a level here. There's no other level that we're coming up to close at the moment. If you look at it here, possibly this area here, but it's not very well supported. So there's a couple of areas to the left, but it is pretty messy as well. So I think what we need to do is modify that into a channel. So it's no longer a flag, it is now a channel. And what we should be doing is trading this channel to the downside. So until we get a breakout of the channel. Okay, so one thing that you are looking for is let's just move this down here. So this previous low, if we can put in a higher low and start moving up, then I suppose for me it would be a case of playing along to the top of channel, getting out, waiting for this channel break and retest, and then continuing along. Alternatively, what we're looking for is we've had a breakout of this level here and pretty much a retest at the moment. And you can look to the left, this is a pretty solid level. Okay, and that is 124372. So during the European Open is to see if we can get back up to here, or alternatively a little bit higher. So 124566 or alternatively 124372 for a move to the bottom of the channel. Okay, so that's kind of the two scenarios at the moment. I think you have a bit of a range break here, or a potential range break here. I hope you guys were looking at those London breakout opportunities were yesterday. I think every single pair targets were hit. So yeah, that's that. And last one is USD Japanese yen. So I mean, this is just a pure indication of the chaos going on. Big up, big down, big confusion. Okay, if I zoom out, you can see big down, big up, big confusion. Big up, big down, big confusion. So, are we looking to buy off this area? It looks like the buyers have come in. We are sideways on the higher time frames. If we come down to the 1 hour, what I'm looking at the moment is, see all this congestion here? We had a breakout, then we pretty much ignored that breakout, came all the way down, and now we're back above it. And the second thing is, it's looking like we are breaking above the previous highs there. Okay, so I'm anticipating a continuation of this to the upside at the moment. So I'd like to see a pullback on structure and then take it from there. Now there's quite a bit of structure here, and if I put them all in, we're going to make this chart really messy, but you need to be aware of them. Okay, every single tail here is structure. In other words, I want to see a pullback onto one of these levels and a continuation to the upside. So that is also looking pretty interesting. Only concern I have is this massive area of resistance here that we're tagging. Okay, you probably find a pretty deep pullback, then another attempt, and then a deep pullback, and another attempt, and a deep pullback until we get through this area here. Once we're through that area, it's pretty much plain sailing for us to rally a bit. Okay, I mean the fundamentals at the moment do not make sense at all of what's going on. So expect more confusion, expect more volatility, expect sort of a trend change, trend trading opportunities to be rare, and that's pretty much what we've seen at the moment. But also pop down to your lower time frames and apply, because there you can see a trend. So apply your logic to a lower time frame, just keep really tight stops and get out at levels. I think that's the only thing that you can do at the moment, is spend a bit more time in front of the charts and look at your lower time frames to get in and trade with the trend. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Not much happening, I don't think. Not even sure we'll have any trades happening today. But, yep, we'll keep an eye open and see what happens. Anyway, hope it helps. Cheers for now.